And we're back. Before I introduce you to Michelle Fourroux, did I get that right?
Perfect.
I got it. Wonderful.
Perfect.
I got to tell you about this newspaper you're about to hear more about. I go to a hamburger place in Tulsa called Ron's. It's over. There are two locations here, but the one I go to mostly, because it's a friend of mine, Michael Wallace, and I meet there together. It's easier for him to get to, and it's a hamburger place called Ron's, and they have this newspaper available for pickup, and it's free. I didn't pay much attention to it until about 2 years ago, and then I picked up a copy of the Gusher. I got to tell you, you can't put them down. If you ever see a copy, or if you need a subscription, subscriptions are available, and you can get a subscription, you have it sent directly to your home. But I have to tell you, we are honored to have with us today Michelle Fourroux, who is the editor-publisher of this magazine. And it's good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
And I understand, in just chatting with you, your background is a lot New Orleans?
Yes, sir. I'm Cajun, that's for sure.
Cool.
And I celebrated Mardi Gras.
I bet you come from a long line of good cooks.
You bet. You bet.
Tell me about this. How did you get into this?
Well,
let me insert one fact here. On the front, it says the friendly newspaper since 1978.
1978. Now, I did not start the paper. I bought the paper in 2007, but the paper began in 1978 in Glenpool. The name of the paper is Gusher, to honor those individuals in the oil and gas industry who had a lot of work there in Glenpool. Mm-hmm. So it's to honor them. So that's how we came up with the name Gusher. And I came back to Tulsa, being gone for about 25 years, in 2005, and I started working at the Gusher doing sales work. So I worked there for 2 years, then I bought the paper.
Where in the world do you get all of the facts, tabloid material, mm-hmm. all the handy little articles? Where do those come from?
Well, I'll tell you, the jokes and things come from the people that read the paper. They just email me jokes. So that's where I get that information. Then I do belong to a subscription service that provides a lot of the other material.
I get the feeling that there's more behind you that meets the eye, because you got that look of somebody who likes a prank or two.
Well, sure, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Came from New Orleans. I bet your mama was a heck of a cook.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. She was from Iowa. My dad's family was from New Orleans. So you blend the two, and it's just wonderful, wonderful food.
Where else can folks find this paper?
Here's where the paper goes: Sperry, Skytook, Sand Springs, Sapulpa, Jinx, Glenpool, and I'm just now getting started in Broken Arrow, and of course Tulsa.
Do you mind if from time to time we quote you on this show?
Sure.
I'd love to be able to use some of the quotes here.
Sure. I have other people. I have ministers using the paper. I have Sunday school classes using the paper.
Well, they may not want me in their crowd. I got to tell you. Anybody else in your family involved in the paper?
No, it's me, myself, and I. I do the whole thing by myself.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, it's quite an interesting paper that you put out. It's one of those, in fact, I think I've marked a few things here. May I?
Oh, sure, absolutely, absolutely.
If I can find one. Some of the things that, here's some of the little tabloid informational pieces that pop out. Talking about Thomas Jefferson died on the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence along with John Adams. Holy Toledo. And then every night somebody thinks about you before they go to sleep.
That's true.
I mean, there are all kinds of... Sugar Ray Robinson defeats Jake LaMotta for the middleweight title. That happened in 1951. Let me see, what else? Oh, and I recall I read one recently that was a letter to Ann Landers, I think. And it was Ann said, we have a new family that moved into the neighborhood, and it's just 2 women. And they shop together, they eat together, They work in the yard together. Do you suppose they could be Lebanese?
Oh,
That was a hoot. I had to laugh out loud when I read that. Let's see, what else we got? This is Time's Past Notebook. Back in 1928, a mouse named Mickey introduced to the world in the animated cartoon Steamboat Willie.
yes. Now that is in there every month, the Times Past. That's in there every month.
Man struck by lightning faces battery charge. These are actual newspaper headlines, by the way. Cold wave linked to temperature. Panda mating fails, veterinarian takes over. This is funny stuff.
Well, I would say it's absolutely positive. That's what the paper is about. It's, I'm going to say the focus is to, on body, mind, and spirit. That's the focus, to make, and the positive aspect is to make every day a happy day.
You can't pick it up and look at it without smiling.
Absolutely. That is the truth.
You know what it brought me to mind of?
What?
Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
Yes.
Remember that story?
Yes, absolutely.
And that
Absolutely.
happened in the middle of a newspaper war in New York City.
Oh,
A major newspaper war. And when that story came out, that paper led in sales for years. It was phenomenal. Hey, thank you for coming by.
you're very welcome.
And I'm going to be quoting you from time to time, so just get ready for it.
All right. Thank you. Thank
and
you.
you take care of you, all right?
Thank you so much.
We're going to slip on out of here for a minute. When we come back, we're going to talk about Congress. Somebody needs to.